In 2015, I was standing near my laptop, and this high-ranking politician appeared on my screen. And when he did, I heard the Lord say, "We've been sold out." Well, later on that week, I went and visited my sister. And while I was there, I was telling her what I had heard, that the Lord said, "We've been sold out." And when I did, she turned and said to me, and usually called me boy, she said, "Boy, I heard the same thing." This was quite common for us to do. We often receive the same prophecies. The clip you just saw is the beginning to the video titled, "What You Don't Know About President Trump." It dates back to 2015 when I received revelation from the Lord when he stated, "We've been sold out," talking to the United States, citizens of the United States. In 2018, 3 years later, I stumbled upon this prophecy from a sister, Kerry Lebrun. It was the exact words that I had received from the Lord in 2015. Today is March the 18th, 2026. And I'm in the process of putting the finishing touches to this video when I ran across a video from a well-known prophet in which he stated he saw in a vision a snake talking to a person in the government. People, it was the same person I saw 10 years ago when the Lord said, "We've been sold out." Let's watch Sister Kerry Lebrun confirmation prophecy.
I believe I have received an urgent warning which came to me through a series of confirmations. This morning I just received another confirmation. All I can say is, every word is true. Judge for yourselves. It began 2 or 3 nights ago when I was reading through other posts on Z3 News. I have only had internet for 2 weeks, so I am new to Z3 News. As well, I am not an expert in prophecy, and I have no idea why God speaks to me so much about end times events. All I know is that He does. Anyway, I was reminded of a God thing that happened to me on September 18th and 19th, 2017. On the 18th, I was directed by the Holy Spirit to do a detailed study on Revelation 12, specifically about the great sign in the heavens and the great dragon, and how it represented that the time had come for the devil to be thrown to the earth with great fury to persecute the saints. Since I did not have internet at that time, I was in the dark that this great sign was then taking place in the heavens. However, that same evening, I was watching Daystar and heard Jimmy Evans do a whole expose on it. I was floored, especially since I knew the Holy Spirit had led me to do a detained study on Revelation 12 that very morning. Then this verse resounded in my spirit, loud and clear to tell the church like a trumpet, but in your hearts set apart Christ as Lord. 1 Peter 3 verse 15. The betrayal of all time has just been signed. I am getting loud and clear in my spirit. There is a pre-planned attack on the citizens of America. We have been sold out, betrayed by our own government, like sheep for the slaughter. I saw our own government forces withdrawing from protecting us now, leaving us defenseless and open for complete devastation. Higher-ups have commanded them to do so. It's a done deal. Signed, sealed, and about to be delivered. I feel in my spirit that this is imminent. It's just a matter of time, but the betrayal of all time has just been signed. I knew God was saying we must resolve to commit our entire hearts and lives to Him as Lord of all now. If we don't, we will be swept away by the torrents of wickedness that are about to be unleashed like a flood, like the days of Noah. It is time to break up the fallow ground of our heart and seek the Lord until He comes and rains righteousness upon us. Hosea 10 verse 12. Let us lift up our heads, for our redemption draweth nigh. It is later than we think. My spirit is trembling at what seems imminent, and I must get this urgent warning out. This is not meant to cause fear, only to deliver the warning I was compelled to give, without delay. I have unburdened my soul.
As a child, Kerry Lebrun was a victim of severe abuse. At age 19, she was a total atheist and knew nothing about the Bible. Then one night she encountered the living Christ in a prophetic dream. He quoted a verse to her from the Gospel of John. She believed and received salvation. Afterwards, she received more dreams and visions that essentially unveiled the many facets of the cross and how to apply its transforming power to our heart and life, resulting in the total eradication of severe post-traumatic stress disorder and a host of related issues caused by the abuse she had endured. God instructed her to write a book to pass on these revelations and teaching of the cross to others, so they too can be set free. I left the link in the description box if anybody want to purchase her book, Against All Hope Until.